Blacksheep here. Welcome back to the Blacksheep channel. Can't shoot in the house. That's what Mom never said that to me, because as you know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, my parents didn't allow me to have guns. They were so fanatical with their gun ban for some reason when we were kids. We weren't even allowed to have squirt guns of all the, harmless little things anybody could have, which may explain why Blacksheep has turned into the gun collector he has in his adult life. But anyway, I digress. Keeping up on your gun, your shooting skills, is important. You can't always make it to the range, however, and you cannot shoot one of these in the house, not with live rounds anyway. There are some expensive laser sensor system things out now, and I just said expensive, didn't I? Yup, because they're $250, $300. But you can put them in your regular duty gun, and they've got a little laser sensor, and they'll record your trigger accuracy and everything. They're getting quite complex now, so they're a valuable training aid, and I agree wholeheartedly. If I had $300 to spend in training equipment for my shooting sports, I'd get one. Don't have that right now. So what would be a good alternative? Keep your trigger, your trigger control, your eye, your aim indoors. I've got a bunch of airsoft pistols, not a bunch. I have a few airsoft pistols that I don't use usually anymore. These are perfect for shooting in the house. Yes, airsoft. Now, if you're not familiar with airsoft, I don't know who you are and why you're watching this channel. No, but airsoft is what we should have had as kids. When I was a kid, we had BBs, pellets, and you can't shoot that at your, well, you could shoot that at your brother. You just had to wait until he had a decent lead. You usually run. Leg, yeah, phew. But that was what we had to do as kids. But airsoft, if we had that as kids, man, you wouldn't have found me. I wouldn't be home for dinner. We would have been still out playing. This would have been blast as a kid. But that's what they're designed for, to actually shoot at other people. As long as you got face protection, you got your eye protection on, you're good to go. This does not shoot a metal BB out. It shoots a little tiny plastic or a rubber BB. They're biodegradable, the ones I buy, so that when you shoot them outside, you don't have to worry about them harming the environment. They're going to biodegrade. So there's 2,000 of them in here for, I don't know, $10 or $15, something like that. Lasts you a real long time. These are spring powered. There's 3 different ways to power an airsoft gun. Spring is the cheapest and most basic way, just like there's a bit of spring tension to do that. Almost as much as you'd have in a full-size firearm. By the way, the dimensions of this Sig Sauer SP 2022 are identical in dimension to the duty round, the real pistol. So again, as a training aid, they did this for a reason. So I've got it cocked, I've got the spring, if you can't see it on camera, but the spring is cocked back here, the pellet's right up here. When she's set to go, that pellet's going to go at about 250 feet per second. So indoors I can control that with a proper pellet stop and proper backstop setup. Check with Mom first, kids and Dad. And boom. That's how much noise. I don't need any ear protection. And that was actually a pretty good shot. Because these are surprisingly accurate at room ranges, at real ranges. So I've used these for, hey, not bad, huh?
Nose.
Not bad. We'll spin the camera around it.
Bag. Missed that one.
Oops. We're clear. A minute and show you the shot. I've used these for pest control before, haven't I, sweetie? Everything from crows. We have some unwanted crows. Naturally, it's not going to hurt a crow, right? 250 feet per second, especially the distance I was hitting the crow at. But it was good for my marksmanship technique, and it taught me a lot about crows. Crows are smart birds. A crow can learn your trajectory limit to your range in a day and a half. They're smart birds. They literally, when I started shooting them with this, got out another 20 yards where they were out of my range and said, huh, what you gonna do now? I went to the store and bought an airsoft rifle, the other type that propels an airsoft, which is called a semi-automatic. And it's the same kind of system, only instead of me doing this, cocking the spring back each time, there's an electric motor in there that cocks the spring back for you, giving you that semi-auto action and a longer barrel, just like ballistics. Physics works for airsoft too. Physics works. Same kind of ballistic ideas. So we got a little bit more range out of the semi-auto rifle. I got another 20, 30, 40 yards out of it compared to the pistol. And that kept the crows away for about another day. They learned that range and trajectory. And they're smart birds. Crows can identify your face too. When I came out of the house, they told everybody, hey, that's the guy with the BB, that's the guy with the airsoft gun. He pelted me the other day. But yeah, they're smart birds. I've also used this for pest elimination. Have a nice, sweetie. If you bailed earlier in the video, you guys missed out on a good story, because it was this very pistol, as I recall. In California, if you're not familiar, it does have a safety, by the way. There, it's unsafe because it's cocked. California, they have some decent size cockroaches, at least in the desert where we were staying. Cockroaches, okay? There's cockroaches all over the world. That's something we all have in common. But they vary in different sizes according to their species. The New York cockroach, as we all know, takes the subway as everybody else does. He can take up a lot of space on the seat next to you. The California cockroach was a lot like that, and a lot of them were called date beetles, similar species. They would fly, as my wife used to say. They're like the size of your fist kind of thing, and they had wings. They would take off. Of course, they're a member of the beetle family, but anyhow, the wife screams, and normally she only screams for spiders because she's a extreme arachnophobia. She does not like spiders at all. So, and we were in the desert, and we were always around spiders. But she screamed this time, and it was a cockroach in the kitchen, and it was full grown, baby. It was a rhinoceros horn coming out of his head kind of thing. He was just monstrous, and I just happened to have the crow killer nearby, this very pistol, and I figured that's how that cockroach was gonna have to die. And I'm pretty sure the magazine in this thing takes like 16 pelletized rounds. I was gonna call them rounds. They are rounds. It's totally spherical. If it's spherical, mean round. 16 rounds. I emptied 2.5 magazines trying to kill that cockroach, and I'm not saying I missed him. I'm saying there were pieces of him there, pieces of him over there, pieces of him here. I left a few pieces on the wall. Some pieces went over that way. There was pieces of this thing, and it was still coming. The wife was behind me yelling and screaming. It's true. It's really hard to kill a cockroach. Well, it's very hard to kill a cockroach with an airsoft. But I tell you what, it is entertaining as all get out. If I would have had the camera rolling for that scene that I'm describing to you now, I'd be a multimillionaire already. I'd be one of YouTube's biggest stars. Hey, that's a cockroach guy. He killed the cockroach with the airsoft. That's the guy. It would be so viral, it would be ridiculous. Because my wife was laughing so hard she nearly wet herself. It was hilarious, but also very good for your marksmanship. Because that thing was coming at me, man. It kind of adds a little bit of adrenaline to the situation when you're shooting. That's just good training right there. Airsoft. You can shoot them in the house safely. Set up your thing so you're not bouncing BBs all over the house. Set it up so mom doesn't yell at you. But no, I think there's my Colt Delta Elite. Huh? You like that, baby? My favorite pistol ever. 10mm Colt Delta Elite. One of the guns I had to sell moons ago when the economy slid and I needed money to pay the rent. That was one of the pistols I had to sell. I miss that one the most. Someday I will have another Colt Delta Elite. Until that time, I'm doing YouTube videos right now. And I'm running a subscriber drive, a tubathon. So please hit subscribe if you haven't done that already. Hit share, hit like, thumbs up. How could you not like this video? Come on. Shooting in the house. I gotta give shooting in the house, right? That's what it's all about. But no, we're hitting a video each day for 30 days to drive subscribers. I want you to hit the subscriber button, please. Come back, see another video from Blacksheep tomorrow. Check out the rest of them on the channel. By now, we're heading towards 200 videos on the channel pretty quick. And I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time on the Blacksheep channel.